Hello student, welcome to EPG Pathshala. My name is Dr. Himanshu Narayan Singh from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. Today we are going to discuss about Introduction to R language from paper Bioinformatics. R provides a variety of statistical techniques and graphical techniques such as linear and non-linear modeling, classical statistical test, time series analysis, classification, clustering, etc., and is highly extensible. One of our strengths is the ease with which well-designed publication quality plots can be produced, including mathematical symbol and formula where needed. Great care has been taken over the defaults from the minor design choices in graphics, but the user retains full control and being extensively used in the analysis of biological dataset. In this module, we will learn about R language and its uses. We'll learn how to install, we'll see what are the basic R syntaxes, how to install R packages because R is rich in built-in packages which are being used in several biological problems for the analysis and interpretation as well as visualization. We'll see what are the resources of R packages, and mostly it will be covering Bioconductor web resource and CRAN, that stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network web link. So first question is, what is R? R is a well-developed, simple and effective programming language which includes conditions, loops, user-defined recursive functions and input and output facilities. R has an effective data handling and storage facility. It provides a suite of operators for calculations on various data structures such as arrays, lists, vectors, matrices, etc. It facilitates a large, coherent and integrated collection of tools for data analysis and visualization. It also facilitates graphical facilities for data analysis and display either directly at the computer or printing at the papers. To find out the latest version of R, we should visit CRAN website. We need to open this web page. After clicking on the web link, we will be directed to this page where we can see clearly latest R distributions for various operating systems such as Linux, Mac OS, Windows. Present module is based on Windows platform, so we will be downloading here only Windows distribution of R. After the click, we will be directed to new page where we can clearly see the R distribution link where we can download the latest version of R for Windows, that is R.3.3.1. We can also find the instructions of installation and other things here. We need to click only on this link and we will be downloading exe file. After download, we need to install it. Just we need to double click on it and the software will be installed in the operating system. To check whether R is installed or not, we need to click on Windows Start button at the bottom of left of the screen, and in the search box we need to type R and press enter. If R console is opening properly, then it means that R is installed. After opening the R console, we can see several information on the R consoles like version of the R language and other related information. Here we can see R version is 3 points, etc. R is object-based language, so R program can run on both ways, either from command prompt or from the script file. To run R from the command prompt, we need to simply assign objects and execute them by typing its name. For example, we have assigned here one object. My first program is equal to hello R. One thing we need to care, anytime if we are assigning string value, we need to put it into the inverted comma. So after assigning the object my first program, we need to just write the object name. Here it is my first program. So after entering, it will return hello R. Here we can see the number, that is 1, which shows the line number. Other than this, we can also use the print function to print the object value. To do this, we need to just type print and in under bracket object name, that is my first program, and it will also return the same value hello R. R can also be run from a script file. To do this, first we need to write our script in text file, and further it should be saved with the .r extension. To do this, we need to open text file. We can open it from the search box typing notepad, and it will open the text file. Now we should start writing our first program. Here the first line, it is hash my first program in R, and then the second line is the object. We should assign the object, that is my first program is equal to hello R. We should always care when we write any string or any alphabet, it should always be into the inverted comma. Then to print the object, we should take the help of print function, and to print the my first program object, we should write print in bracket my first program. Here hash shows the comment line, which is generally ignored by the compiler. So after completing the writing, we should save the notepad with the R extension. So after saving it, we can run our script file using the R console. So in R console, first we need to source the program. So we need to write source in bracket first underscore R underscore program dot R. So after writing the script, we need to save the file with the name. Here we have saved it with the name first underscore R underscore program dot R. So the program file name or the script file name should be sourced using the R console. So here we have sourced source first R program dot R. So after entering, again we will get the output, that is hello R, and 1 is the line number. R is built in R data types. It has vectors, it has list, matrices, arrays, factors, data frames, which is discussed in coming slides. First, we'll see what is vectors. Vectors are a sequence of data elements of the same basic types, and the elements of a vector are called component. So vectors can be integer, vectors can be string, vectors can be characters. In this example, we have taken one object, that is x, and we stored all the integer value in this. So this vector will be of integer data type, integer vector. So here in this example, to store integer values into the object x, we need to write x equal to c, then under bracket 1, 5, 9, 13. So to print the value of object x, we need to just type x and then enter. Here we can see all elements are printed, that is 1, 5, 9, 13. Next, our data type is list. List is a generic vector and it contains other objects as well. List also store all the vectors at the same object. So in this example, we can see we have assigned three objects with different vectors, different data objects. So here x equal to 1, 2, 3, y equal to characters, which should always comes with the inverted comma. So y equal to h, e, m. Then the third object is p, f, m. So suppose if we want to combine all these three objects in one list, so we need to write result, one new object that will be containing or that will be storing all three vectors. That is, so we need to write result equal to list under bracket x, y, z. So to see what data has been stored in result, we need to just type result and enter. Here we can see in first object or the first vector is print into the first line and it will be 1, 2, 3. Then the second vector that is shown as 2 and the first line of the second vector is HEM, and similarly the third one is also printed. Other data type is matrices, which is also very important for the R data type. So matrix is a collection of data elements and it is arranged in two-dimensional rectangular outlet. So here we have used the matrix function and assigned it into one object, that is x. So here the syntax will be x equal to matrix 1 colon 6 3 comma 2. So it signifies we want to generate a matrix of 6 elements and the dimension will be 3 and 2. 3 is row and 2 is column. And the element 1 colon 6 signify that elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So if we want to check what elements are stored and what is their position, so we need to just type x and then enter. So we can see the data arranged in a row and column manner, that is called matrix. So we can see the elements are arranged like 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. So the first one is shows first row and first column, 4 is first row and second column, and similarly others are printed. To access the specific element of the matrix, we should use the address of row and column, and it should be subscripted in the square bracket separated by the comma. For example, suppose we want to access the element present at third row and second column, we need to type x and in bracket 3 comma 2. So it will be 6. If we want to access the element present at first row and second column, we need to simply type 1 and 2. Similarly, x 2, 2 will access the element 5, which is at second row and second column. Arrays. Matrices confined to 2 dimension. However, arrays can be of any number of dimensions. So if we want to assign variable object with 3 cross 3 cross 2 dimension, we need to just write the syntax, that is my array equal to array c hem dimension c332. So the multi-dimensional array of 18 elements will be assigned to my array object. So to see the elements of my array, we need to just type my array and then enter. So we can see two 3-dimensional matrices here. In the first matrix, we can see 9 elements, and again the second 3-dimensional matrix we can see, and here also the same values we can find out. Factors. Factors are R object which are created using a vector. It stores the vector along with distinct values of element in the vector as labels. So here we can take example of one object exam results that equal to CPFP. So if we convert it into the factors, we can type factor underscore results equal to factor under bracket object name, that is exam underscore results. So now we can find out what is the level of the factor result. So to do this, we need to just type n levels under bracket factor underscore results. So it will give the result as 2. Other data type of R is data frames. Data frames are tabular objects, and in the data frame, each column can contain different mode of data. So here we can see the example result equal to data frame, then name equal to ABC, subject HEM, and marks 33, 43, 53. So here we can combine all the vectors together in a tabular format, which is extensively being used in various algorithms. So to see the values of object, we need to just type result. Then we can see the elements in the ordered manner. Here the name is ABC and their corresponding subjects are HEM, and marks are also associated in the similar fashion. Now we'll see how can we write basic syntax of R. So like other programming languages, R also use various assignment operators. So to assign a value to any object, we can use 3 different operators. First is equal operator. So to assign any value to any object, we can use equal to sign. So we can write x equal to C 1, 2, 3. Next variable assignment operator is left operator. We also call it leftward operator. So here x is leftward operator C 1, 2, 3. Here also it assigns all 3 values to the x object. Then the third is rightward operator. So whatever value wrote on the right side, that will be assigned to the object. The object should be written on the right side of the values. So here C 1, 2, 3 equal to x. So if we want to see the values of the object, we need to just simply type x and it will print all the values assigned to the objects. R is rich in built-in functions, and some of them are discussed here. Print operator. Print operator is used to print any object value. We have to simply write print, and in under the bracket we need to specify the object name. So it will print the value of the object. Other is ls, which is known as listing operator. To find out how many objects has been assigned and present in the R library, we need to just type ls parenthesis. So it will print all the objects name. And if we want to check whether any particular object is there or not, we need to just simply type ls under bracket the expected object name. So it will print that object if it is present in the R. To delete any R object, we need to write rm under bracket object name. For example, suppose x is the object and we need to remove it, we need to simply write rm under bracket x. So it will delete the R object. If we want to find out information about any object, we need to simply type help under bracket object name. To get the working directory location, we need to type get wd parenthesis. To go in any working directory, we need to type set wd, and under bracket we need to specify the path where we want to traverse. To install any package, we need to type install.packages under bracket package name. So it will fetch all the related file from the online store and install it into the R library. To upgrade any R package, we need to specify the object name under the update.packages operator. Various mathematical and relational functions are also present in the R language. For example, arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, and miscellaneous other operators. Arithmetic operators. To add two vectors, plus operator is there. For example, suppose x equal to 1, 2, 3 and y equal to 4, 5, 6, and we need to add these two operators. We need to just simply type x plus y and it will give 5, 7, 9. Similarly, other operators are also there. For subtraction, it is minus. For multiplication, star. For division, backslash. Modulo operator is there. And for exponential operator is also present. All are shown in the example. Some of the relational operators are also given here. Greater than, less than, equals to operator, less than or equals to operators, and other. If we have assigned two objects x equal to 1, 2, 3 and y equal to c 4, 5, 6, then we can compare it on the basis of these relational operators. If we see x is greater than y, if we want to check whether x is greater than or y is greater than, we need to simply type x greater than y. It will compare all the elements. Here 1 is less than 4, so the value will be false. The same is for others. Similarly, if we want to check whether x is less than to y or not, we need to just simply type x is less than y. So it will, as all the elements of y is greater than x, so here all value will be true and other operators will appear as false if we compare it for the equals status. Logical operators are crucial component of any programming language. Here we discuss some of the major logical operators of our language. AND operator. It is also called element-wise logical AND operator. It combines each element of the first vector with the corresponding element of the second vector and gives a output true if both the elements are true. Second is element-wise logical OR operator. It combines each element of the first vector with the corresponding element of the second vector and gives a output true if one of the elements is true. Third is logical NOT operator. It takes each element of the vector and gives the opposite logical value. It is called logical AND operator. It takes first element of the both of the vectors and gives true only if both are true. This is logical OR operator. It takes first element of both the vectors and gives the true only if both are true. Assignment operators. It has mainly three operators which has been already discussed. We can see here in example, to assign a value to any object, we can write a equals to 10 or leftward or rightward operator. Some other operators are also there. For example, colon operator, which is used to type range of numbers. Then ampersand in ampersand operator, which is used to identify any elements whether belongs to any vector, specified vector or not. And %% operator, it is used to multiply a matrix with its transpose. We can see clearly here it is in example. R packages. R packages are a collection of R functions, compiled code and sample data. They are stored under a directory called library in the R environment. By default, R installs a set of packages during installation. More packages can be added later when they are needed for some specific purpose. For example, For the biological data analysis, several packages are available. Some packages they deals with graphical visualization, for example, box plot and others. Biological packages such as genome, such as Lima package, which is used for microarray analysis, some next generation sequencing packages such as DSeq. For RNA-seq analysis, there are several packages available, whether at the bioconductor web resource or CRAN web resources. To find out the path of library location, in R there is built-in function, that is .lib paths parenthesis. So we need to just type it in the R console and we will find out where the libraries are installed. In this case, we have installed all the R library in documents folder and the location is given, will be printed after typing this. To find out all the installed packages, we need to just type one command, that is library. So after typing it, one new applet will be opened along with all the library location as well as their name and their description. R gives facility to install new packages by two ways, either online or from the manual installation. To install R package online, we need to go with the two commands. Actually, there are two main web resources which has almost all the R packages. So that is CRAN or Bioconductor. So to install from the CRAN, we need to just type a command install.packages and under bracket package name. So it will fetch all the information from web page and install it automatically. To install the same from the Bioconductor web resource, we need to just type source and the web link of the package. And after typing, it will fetch all the information from Bioconductor web page and install it. Further, to install that particular package, we need to type Biosilite and in bracket package name. And to import all the files from the package, we need to type the command library under bracket genomes, which will fetch all the information in the console and we can use it properly for our interpretation. To install R package manually, first we need to download R package as zip file or tar file, whatever available at the web page, and then we should run it using command. So to install package from the local system, we need to type following command, that is install.packages and in bracket path of the local file in the computer, then repos equal to null means repository, and then type equal to source. It will fetch all the information and install it into the computer. So students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. R is commonly used for free statistics software. However, nowadays it is also extensively being used in biological data analysis. It allows you to carry out statistical analysis in an interactive mode as well as allowing you for the simple calculation using the scripts. In R, variables are assigned with R objects and the data types of R object become the data type of the variable. R facilitates various types of R object to store the information in a systematic way, which are vectors. It is a sequence of data elements of the same basic type. It can be integer, it can be string, it can be list. Second is list. It may contains different type of elements at the same time. For example, in the same list, you can find string data type as well as integer data type. Next is matrices. Matrices are generally two-dimensional rectangular data sets. Third, arrays. This data structure is multi-dimensional data set. And factors. Factor stores distinct values of the element in vector and it labels it. And data frames, which are very important data structure in our language. It is actually tabular data object. R is rich in built-in operators and provides various types of operators including arithmetic operator, for example plus, minus, add, subtract, etc. Then relational operator like greater than, less than, is equal to. Logical operators, that is AND operator, NOT operator, OR operator, etc. And assignment operators.